As part of my book tour, I'll be having a stand at a local mental health awareness evening, which is happening in a couple of weeks in 5 Mile Town. So in order to give you a little bit of background information about the event, I thought it would be good to go and talk to the organiser. So I had a chat with Mairead Phair, and then I also talked with Finntan Masterson, who's going to be the main speaker at the event.
So it's a mental health awareness evening. It's on Wednesday the 9th of October in the Valley Hotel in 5 Mile Town from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the ballroom at the back. It's an evening that all services that we have locally around the area, I wanted to get them involved to let people know what services there is, to let them know exactly what to do, how they can help. And then I'm going to have stands on the night as well. So Aware and I is going to be on hand that night. We have a life coach there who's just written a book, is going to be on hand. We have a wellness project there. We have the Neve Louise Foundation, who's also going to be there. And then we'll have outreach and support workers available on the night for anyone that may need a wee bit of support or guidance, and even going forward, to have a speak to them. So I'm going to be starting off the evening and I'm going to be talking about self-care and the importance of self-care. People assume self-care is selfish, which it really isn't. It's the quite opposite. For us to be able to handle a situation, I think it's so important to have good self-care. So the speakers on the night are Davina from the Oak Healthy Living Centre, and we have then the Ashleen Centre, and then I also have Youth Action as well, who's going to be talking about the work that they do. Then I have the guest speaker is Finntan Masterson, who's going to be sharing his life story with everybody. And I really wanted Finntan because he's a man, and I think men find it harder to open up than women do, and that was why I wanted it to come from a man's point of view.
I wanted to be a part of this event, and I'm so appreciative and grateful to be even asked. It's probably because I've been directly affected by suicide myself, losing my friend James, and ultimately suffering with my own mental health as well. So what I'll be talking about on the night is basically my own personal journey where I was suffering with depression. It led to me ultimately consuming alcohol and drugs to try and get through that and eliminate that pain, which obviously didn't work too well. And it ultimately led to me making an attempt on my life. At that point, I really had a drive within me to turn this pain that I was going through into purpose and help other people. And up until now, I've helped hundreds of people offline, thousands of people online, and that's really what I'm going to be trying to capture and give people hope who may be feeling hopeless. So I personally know through my journey how hard it can be to open up, to be heard, and to ultimately be accepted. So what I would probably encourage, and especially men out there that is listening to this, to encourage to come to this event so that you can see from my perspective everything that I've been through, and hopefully that it will give you the guidance and the support that you need to ultimately start making the steps to overcome the fear, the depression, the anxiety, whatever it may be that's personally going on for yourself, and ultimately just see that yes, you may be feeling hopeless, you may be feeling down, you may be feeling out, but you can, like myself, start to put steps in place to ultimately rebuild your life and build it back better than you would ever expected. So I think the best thing about this event is probably the opportunity for not only the person suffering, but for the people ultimately around that to get better educated. From my coaching journey and everything from the people that I've worked with, I've seen so many people who don't actually understand what mental health is, don't actually understand how to approach it, and ultimately may have people suffering within their family who they don't know how to help. So this event will be a great opportunity for you to gather education from many professionals other than myself, and ultimately get equipped with the tools that you need to carry forth and fight back against anything that's going on with mental ill health in your family or within your friend circle.
So I suppose I wanted to do this because it's so important to me. People have bucket lists and everything that they want to do, but this was always one of my bucket lists that I wanted to be able to do at some point, and I'm just delighted that I've been able to do it. I would have went through very tough times in the past myself, so I know how hard it is to be in that black hole that you think that you're never going to come out of. I just want tonight to be able to give people hope. There is hope there, and there is light at the end of that tunnel for everybody. and there is people who really care.
So listen, I hope you take advantage of this event and bring friends and come along and get to know what's happening locally in your area that can offer advice and information for you around mental health issues.